Hey guys, how's it going? It is Carter here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. Today we're in Euro Truck Simulator. I've got my sim rig all set up. It's a little sketchy, so you'll notice some things are not as clean in game as I'd prefer. I'm running kind of a makeshift setup right now. But we are in Europe today. We are in northern Norway in Buda. And today we are doing a just easy little trip in our Sisu. Hauling a nice UPS load. So this is going to be the first episode of a little mini series. We're actually running a Pro Mods map right now. So we have all of Norway, all of Sweden, all of Finland, a little bit into Russia, I think. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we are up here in northern Norway in Buda, and we are going up to I do not remember the village. But yeah, it's a nice little trip. I've done it a few times. And yeah, let's get into it. So like I said, I'm running on kind of a janky little setup right now. I'm trying to make it more permanent, but this will do for now. Just a little engine sound test for you. Pretty basic. So, let's get into it. Let's roll up the window, parking brake off, and away we go. So yeah, like I said, this should be a nice, quick, somewhat quick trip. It's only 300 kilometers. For those of you who have played Pro Mods in like Norway and Sweden, you know that that's actually not as quick as it would be in most other countries. The roads here are quite narrow, just two-lane, standard two-lane, and not exactly the fastest of speed limits always. And even if they are fast, the semis definitely generally cannot handle it. So yeah, here's the big city of Buda. We were recently in Norway, my wife and I, for our honeymoon. Incredible country, loved the scenery, and decided I needed to make a trucking company in Norway. It's a region that I've never really paid attention to in this game. Whenever I do play it, I need to shift up. Mainly because when I'm playing with Pro Mods, I'm doing some, crazy stuff on other parts of the map. And then the base game, the Scandinavian DLC, in my opinion, is like one of the biggest rip-offs in all of SCS history. Personally, that's my belief. I know some people maybe like it, but only having like the very, very, very southern tip of every country was kind of lackluster, and the bits of the country they did give us felt, once again, pretty lackluster. So I was a little disappointed when that came out. But yeah, like I said, we're in Pro Mods, so we have everything from southern Norway to northern Norway, and there's actually a lot of little towns and villages and cities in it that you'd kind of be surprised to see. So it's been fun. We started our career up in Tromsø, which is like very far north Arctic Circle. So that's where we are headquartered. I've played a little bit of this career mode on stream already. So yeah, we have a little bit of a head start. I think we're level 12. And that's really the big focus right now, is leveling our career up and then getting some nicer trucks, because as much as I love the quirky, weird Sisu, it is not exactly the best of trucks. It's decent at hauling. I don't even really have that heavy of a haul set up on, so I'm sure I could make it significantly better if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. I'd prefer to get some nicer, more common trucks. But yeah, so my goal is to grind up to level 20, get some of the heavy haul stuff, and then really do some crazy hauls through Norway, basically all of Scandinavia. But yeah, like I said, this is basically the entirety of the trip right here. Just 2-lane roads, windy, very, very unique landscape in this game. Seems like the farther north you go and the farther south you go, the landscapes both get pretty unique. And I do not remember looking at the route. I don't think we have to take any ferries. For those of you that know, Norway has a lot of ferries. A lot of the coastline you can take ferries up and down, so they actually have that implemented into the Pro Mods map, which is very nice. Now this is more of a, probably gonna be a casual series. I do want to do something more in-depth, like kind of like a start to finish, zero to hero, whatever you want to call it, type of career mode, probably on the base game map. But I think we're gonna save that for once 1.57 is out, and probably even maybe once the, it looked like there's a few range ops on the window there. Probably once this new Scandinavian DLC comes out and like all of Scandinavia is released. Just because, yeah, I do enjoy driving this area. It's much different than like 99% of the rest of the map that we get. So yeah, probably play the Pro Mods version as long as we can, and then start a more, I guess, hardcore, dedicated, serious playthrough on the base game map. Maybe. We'll see. Going to get stuck behind traffic, as is tradition on this region of the map. There's never not somebody ahead of you. So yeah, talking a little bit about the company, we have this Sisu. I believe we have it up to, I want to say 400 horsepower. It's okay. I think it could use a better gearbox, and it could definitely use more. You can always use more power. Yeah, it's not terrible. And then we have, oh, I don't even know. I think it's a Mercedes, possibly. Very, very base model. Not paying attention. I'm worrying about talking. Just used base model. I think Mercedes, possibly. We can take a look once we get to our destination. And we have a very, very low-level driver in that. Not making tons of money, but a little bit of extra income never hurts. But yeah, I do plan on... Close my window all the way. I do plan on, you know, doing a regular video series with this. Streaming parts of it, like way longer hauls, because I do like doing longer hauls, but obviously it's much harder to put into a video format. We don't own any trailers for ourselves yet. We've just been contracting to other companies. And yeah, we've gone as far south as North Macedonia, I believe. So we've done, this truck's been across Europe now, so I think I don't even remember how many kilometers we bought it with, but yeah, we've definitely put some kilometers on it. And as you can see, there's a little bit of damage. That was a misunderstanding at one of the border crossings, I think in Croatia, so that's what happened there. And I wish I could provide you with some fun little facts about the region we're driving in, but I am not super familiar with the region kind of between Buda and Tromsø. I know more about the southern region of Norway, and I know a little bit about the region surrounding Tromsø directly, but yeah, I don't know anything about in between, like this whole area. So I have unfortunately no fun facts for you about where we're driving. We're kind of just driving through the beautiful countryside of Norway. And like I said, you can now see just how windy the roads get. It's not too bad, especially we're driving behind a semi that's kind of forcing us to go slow and safe. If you guys have any countries, areas of the map, specifically pro mods, I believe I have all of the pro mods edition like add-ons installed. Maybe not the step one or the Asian one. Whatever. It's one of the two. I don't think I installed yet. Maybe I have, but that's an easy fix. But yeah, if there's a region of the map you want me to try to work towards or drive in, I am more than willing to try to make my way there and do some loads in the area. Sorry, I think I have Steppe. I don't think I have Middle East. I think that's where it is. Something like that. We'll stop, fill up, and then I will shut up for a little bit, and you can just sit back and listen to the engine and watch the Norwegian countryside drive by. Unfortunately, the time of the Norwegian countryside was quick. I guess we do have a ferry we had to worry about. I genuinely kind of forgot about this ferry. But it's a short one. I know it's actually like ridiculously short. Comically short. To the point where you can actually see where the ferry ends over there. Like it's just that patch of trees across the water. It's, like I said, comically short. So we will hop on a 30-minute ride across the water. It's so short, in fact, it doesn't even actually show up on the map. The bubble, your player bubble, is too big to show it. And here we are. Like I said, as promised, I'll sit back, let you enjoy the Norwegian countryside. I feel like this is a part of the map not a lot of players are probably going to very often, so yeah. Sit back and enjoy the scenery. All right. Just passing through the port town of Narvik, I believe is how it's pronounced. My Norwegian is quite rough. I've kind of got the like preschool level understanding of Norwegian. So yeah, if I pronounce anything wrong, that's on me. That's my bad. But I am doing my best. Yeah, as you can see, we accidentally may or may not have bumped the car in front of us. That may or may not have been me petting my cat at the stoplight. But we are within 75 kilometers. This last little leg isn't too bad. I should probably slow down a little bit here. Yeah, like I said, what I see for this series, driving around Norway a little bit, Sweden, maybe some Finland. Yeah, and then eventually heading southbound. Growing the company, obviously. And like I said, if there's anything you guys want me to try, look at, try to expand to, any trucks you think I should try to buy, any mods you think I should try, something like that, leave in the comments down below. I'm open to basically everything. And then we are also probably going to start an American Truck series as well. I'm debating on what I want to do with that, and if I want to try to eventually work my way. I've severely fallen behind on the Euro or American Truck DLC. I think I'm like 5 or 6 states behind now. So that one might be a little while. I'd prefer, if I'm gonna buy in bulk, wait till I think there's usually like a Thanksgiving sale or something like that. Wait for that, because I don't feel like paying full price for like 6 different DLC. Like I said, I fell way behind, but I think I might do that one base game, like no map mods or anything like that, just because the map's already quite huge and there's so much. I own a few of the states that I've never even driven in. Like Texas, I think I've gone in like twice, and yeah, a few other states. But yeah, that one should be fun too. We'll probably base that out of where I currently live, which is Denver, Colorado. So heading west out of Denver, I know, is always a treat in that game. And then heading east is a lot of flat driving. So I think it's kind of a unique place to start, because you can have nice, easy, long haul, flat highways just cruising, or you can just instantly jump into the mountains, where if you have an underpowered truck, you are going to drastically suffer. Very similar to how a lot of Scandinavia is as well. I realize this doesn't look too bad, but there are definitely parts that will test your semi if it's pretty low powered. I remember my very first trip, I had a smaller engine in this truck, and I decided I wanted to do some lowboy hauling on this route, in this section right here where we just went through these switchbacks, and it punished me greatly. I learned my lesson on that one. Just because the grade isn't very steep doesn't mean that it going for a long time isn't going to make the truck suffer as well. I did not take that into account. I thought my truck was a little more powerful than that, but it was not. But yeah, look at this scenery. Let me just hop out quick. Look at how nice this map is. As I'm swerving back and forth and angering everyone behind me. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this short little trip. Like I said, I'm kind of working on a bit of a makeshift thrown together setup right now. I'm kind of trying to figure out how to make this a more permanent setup in my office space, because I hate having to drag my full sim rig back and forth in front of my computer every time, which is what I'm doing. So yeah, once I get it a little more permanent, I'll probably just show you a nice little setup, because like setup tour, because I do have a decent amount of accessories. I'm working on building my own button box here soon. Excited about that. I do have head tracking that I need to set up, and I don't think I took this corner wide enough, so this is going to be less than ideal. Oh, no, we're good. Turn the engine brake off. And I'm curious what the parking situation here is going to be. Is this not where we're supposed to be? Did I just have like a nice clean trip and then... Oh, across the street, huh? That makes sense. As to why we didn't have a job there. But yeah, there's some accessories I want to build or add on to the sim rig as well. I don't have an H pattern. I'd love to get an H pattern right now. I'm bouncing between my paddles on my steering wheel and just a sequential shifter basically with my flight stick. So that's something I'd like to change. This is going to be a bit of a cluster of a parking situation here, I have a feeling. Maybe not too bad. We're gonna have to jackknife the trailer a little bit. This is obviously not the prettiest way of doing it. Definitely still getting used to driving in tiny little European shipping yard, like freight yards and stuff, loading docks. That's a huge difference between... Oh, there's a post there. Thought I could swing it wide. But that is definitely one of the biggest difference between American Truck Sim and Euro Truck Sim is some of the freight yards, especially in the Pro Mods areas, they tend to really like to push your limits on how small they can make the yard. So as you can see, I'm just gonna pull ahead. You know what, we'll even throw our roof beacons on. Try to swing this around quick. I don't think we did a very good job of it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And I actually just really butchered that. I don't know how I did so bad. I think I'm nervous for being on camera. Backing up's usually like the one thing I can do, right? So we're gonna back it all the way into this business. We're just gonna try to creep the trailer around just a little bit. There we go. I don't know what I did the first time. We're gonna pretend it didn't happen. One thing that's always fun about coming back to Euro Truck Sim is playing the cab overs. I love driving the Euro style cab overs. I think it's super fun. It definitely makes you trust your truck a little bit, just because you know, being used to playing like American Truck Sim and just driving a normal car, you're used to a hood in front of you, so it's really fun trusting that there's no hood there to hit anything when you're taking like tight corners. But that was the trip, you guys. As you can see, nice little income of 80,000 kroner, which converts into $8,443, or $8,044 30 cents, I believe, actually. So 10-to-1 conversion, for those of you who don't know, our save is in kroner, so it's going to look like we have a ton of money, but just remember 10-to-1 conversion, so 10 kroner to 1 USD. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, if you have any suggestions, ideas, anything you want to see in the series, let me know. If you have any ideas for other series, let me know. For those of you that may be watching from other games that I play, we're still working on my second episode of Alpha Desert Racing. That one has been a bit of a pain for me, so yeah, that it's been slow going, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like I said, hit the like button. If you didn't, let me know why, and if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. But that's it for you guys. Peace out.